told y'all 9. Sorry. I'm very late. Quite late. Let's see here. Let's make sure we got everything good here. Let me see. Alright. I'm just going to stream a little bit tonight. Not long. Not going to be long at all. Probably about 2 hours. Alright. Hold on. Audio's good. Alright. So we got USF. My bad couch. Sorry. We got USF, Navy, Tulane. USF is not good. Navy is decent based off the record. Tulane's okay based off the record, but not too many just world beaters left on the schedule. We played a pretty good non-conference schedule, I would say, from a talent standpoint. Now, their records don't reflect it. Arkansas's decent. But non-conference, we played pretty well. We got USF. We got Navy, Tulane. That'll probably be, depending on how these go, if they're quick games, then we may not be playing that long. We'll probably finish right here, probably. Just stop it right there for the UAB game. But, I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Let's go. Let's look at the stats real quick. 9-9 for Walker White, 1,500 yards. He's been decent. He needs to cut down the interceptions. We haven't thrown it that much. We've actually thrown it a good bit. 173. I mean, we've ran it a little more than we've thrown it. Not a lot of production touchdown wise. Defensively, we've been pretty decent. The secondary has got to get better. Charlotte really diced us up pretty good through the air. Almost cost us the game. Looking at recruiting, still only have the 2 4-star. Oh no, we got 3 4-stars commit. I forgot we got McCoo, Ronell Newton. We're kind of looking at him. He's kind of like a Jalen Hurts type, almost. Similar size to what Walker White is. An inch shorter, a little bit lighter. But he's very close to Jalen Hurts as far as size and ability and stuff. Dwayne Webb, has he not committed to Troy yet? He's close to committing. We can't get him in on a visit. I think we're going to lose him. Pullard, Ajayi, Spencer Shinek. We got to start landing some guys so we can go ahead and get guys in that we need. Orenberger would be solid. If we can go ahead and get him in. He's pretty fast, I think. 80 speed, so he's not overly fast. How big is he? Only 225. Boyer, would love to get him in. Adigbo, we're close on Adigbo. Madu, Georgia Tech's jumped us. Treble we're ahead on. Mentors between us and Arkansas. He's got a visit this week. So does who is the corner? The 6'3" corner that's looking at Troy. I can't remember his name. But right now, I mean, just offensively, I don't think we're that great. We're really not. I mean, we're top half, pretty balanced. We're not very good. I mean, we're top half probably in passing. I mean, one good game and we're about middle of the pack. Rushing wise, we're one of the better rushing teams in the country. It's pretty spread out. Points per game, we're probably top 25, maybe top 30, something around there. Passing touchdowns, we do not have many. We only have 10. Rushing touchdowns, we're top 10. First downs, we're second. Defensively, how bad are we defensively? We're not terrible. We're top half. Probably one of the worst passing. No, we're not bad against the pass. Not as bad as I thought. We're still top 25 worst. Russian defense, we're the number 1 team. Points allowed. There's a lot of bad defenses. I mean, a ton of bad defenses. Probably right around the middle. Sacks were the best. Interceptions were top 15. Fumbles. Dude, Colorado State has 10 fumbles. What are they looking like on conversions? Third down percentage. 47's not bad. We're one of the top in third downs. We also have a good conversion rate. We're pretty good on fourth down. We got a good amount of attempts on fourth down. Probably have the most fourth down attempts in the country. Yeah, we do. Probably also have the most conversions. We do. Don't attempt a lot of 2-point plays. How do we do in the red zone? All this stuff interests me. We're pretty bad in the red zone, honestly. Yeah, we're below 40% in the red zone, which is god awful. We've had to kick 9 field goals. Defensive red zone trips. Teams are driving the ball on us a good bit. Our red zone defense is pretty solid, though, to have that many attempts. People are converting like a little over 52%. So, I mean, they get the red zone is 50-50. Dream job, be the head coach at Ole Miss. Y'all could have guessed that one. Come on now. We're one of the least penalized teams. Turnovers were probably very bad. We may have a positive. Probably not. We're dead even at 0. We have got to. We've got to get better at protecting the football. We can't be at 0. We need to get better at taking it away too. But first night game, so we're gonna go with the the all black if we can get it. Where is it? Yeah, let's go all black. Going all black for the first night game. Let's go ahead and get into it. USF clearly lost a lot. On both sides of the ball.
On the banks of the Mississippi River, home to the king of rock and roll and also the Memphis Tigers, where the fans have moved the party from Beale Street and are ready for kickoff. Today, 2 teams get set to square off in an inter-conference battle in the AAC. As we'll see, the South Florida Bulls taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Memphis Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Bulls will kick it away to start us off.
All right, here we go. Joseph Farrell.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
All right, we'll run the football on first down. I would like, we need to set Walker up for
They'll give it to the back.
Bill Davis. Good run.
A little more
Top,
space over
one of the top rushing teams in the country. We need to be a little more balanced. Need to throw some more quick game. We don't throw enough quick game. Throw a lot of intermediate stuff. Got to go underneath there. Alex Adams, keep us balanced. I would like to run a little more tempo. Be able to run tempo and get them, hit them quick. This would be the game to kind of not practice, because I mean it is a conference game and they're trying to win. But Bill Davis, good run. Probably gonna have to get him out here. But I would like to run a little more tempo than what we do. Man, they still got Bill in. I don't know why that is. Oh, Bill Davis, that's why. Good run. He's probably coming out now. We got wide zone going. Sutton Smith in there now at tailback. Good run. And we got Bill for a while. We need to run some more play action as well. And use that run game to our advantage. Like right here. Get it to Justice Ross Simmons. He dropped it. Slow quick game here. Third down. Jacoby Banks has been one of our better receivers. Probably one of the most explosive receivers we have. Well, we don't protect. That's fine. We can't kick that field goal. Not with the kicker that we have. Let's go FL drive here. We're going to short motion. Get him on a drag. Could have something here. Alex Adams, good route. Got to catch the football. Got to catch the ball. We really don't have the receivers to do what we need to do on offense, honestly. We're not good enough outside. Now, once Ryan Marshall develops a little bit, I think that we'll be fine. We'll be better. I think it's kind of the same thing with the secondary as well.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these
our secondary is kind of pretty average, honestly. I mean, that's a horrible angle. I mean, this is terrible. We just let them pop that. You got to be kidding me.
I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. He can go that far to the house.
Well, they get on the board first. Need to hold on to this ranking. I would like to go to the playoffs back-to-back years. That'd be great. Jacoby Banks, he's explosive at returner now. Let's go Nub here. Nub out of the pistol. We did throw some more RPOs. We were good at that at the beginning of the year. Well, we don't block. It's never going to help our offense. Our offense isn't good enough down the field to be able to bounce back from losing first down, but we win second down for sure. Good run. We might go too tight against them, honestly. Bill Davis back in there. He's popped some runs. Sutton Smith's kind of our home run hitter. Bill Davis is kind of our everything guy. I'd like to get another big back, which Makari Bodiford may develop, maybe. We also got to get Dallin Hayden in the game. I just want to see Walker White making good decisions here. Good catch.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short game.
That's all I want to see. I want to see Walker White take care of the ball the whole game, make good decisions. I mean, we are eating them up the middle. Now Bill's out. Sutton Smith's more of a home run hitter. Dallin's kind of the same thing. So we don't lose a whole lot with Sutton Smith leaving. I think we lose. I mean, he's explosive, but I don't think that he's just like just a detrimental loss. I mean, Hayden's got another year. I mean, Sutton's good though. I mean, he's definitely a loss. I just don't think he's a big loss. Here we go. Bill Davis back in. Cut back. Bill Davis. Good run. Good run there by Bill Davis. We're running it really, really well. I mean, we got to block. You got to block the downs first. You can't just let them go. Let's try to run boot here. Boot. Pick. That's pick 6. Just said I wanted to see him take care of the ball. That was a terrible ball. It's horrible. Honestly, if we get Ronell Newton, I'm telling you, if Walker doesn't develop like I think he needs to, which is like 5 to 7 overall points, I don't know that he's the quarterback next year. And AJ Baker's not going to develop any more than what he's already developed, really. Not really. Who's the read guy here? Great.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that.
It was a bad read. Well, it really wasn't even a bad read. It's just a terrible ball. Had him wide open. It was just a terrible ball. I mean, it was horrible. Ryan Marshall, that's a good ball. Like, I'm eager to see how he develops too. Is he gonna be the guy next year? Yeah, I mean, kinda. I mean, it's hard to read that sometimes. Depends on how the end plays it. And you don't want to read when they got a solid edge. What I mean by solid edge, like forefront, it's harder to read against than whenever they have a single edge. Like right now they have a single edge. That's what I would call a single edge. We'll get it down to Doyle. Alright, here we go. We need to line up, I guess, Buck Sweet. They don't really have a solid edge here. We'll take it. Sutton Smith, good run. He's the guy we want on that play because he is fast. Bill is fast too, but he's just not as quick. Alright, here we go. Walker White. This is what he can do now. Cuts up. He can take a hit too. Hadn't really put it on the ground this year. Not like who was our quarterback last year? I should remember that. Seth Hennigan. Hennigan will put it on the ground in a heartbeat.
Great job of containing by this defense, and in order to do that,
we're in the red zone. We got to be better in the red zone. We got to convert. Not going to convert if we can't work up to the mic.
Great job by the linebacker. You could tell starting to crowd the line of scrimmage, get up there in the line of scrimmage.
I mean, you can couch, honestly, like, to tell you the truth, if you're well off, like, family-wise,
And they've been
I would
waiting
just
for
enjoy
something
being a
big to
kid,
happen with
man,
respect to getting
honestly.
after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100
Like, if you ain't,
country,
if y'all just don't have, and I ain't even trying to get in your business like that, but if y'all just ain't got, like, extra money around and you want to go do things and stuff, I mean, more power to you, but honestly, I would just enjoy being a kid as long as I can be a kid. Because once you start working, it never stops until you're too old to really do anything after that. Depending on what you do.
Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be
Dude, we're getting murdered right now on defense. They've literally had 2 plays, and they already have almost 100 yards. We're in nickel because they're a veer and shoot team. But I mean,
space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last
Isaacs,
play.
Alvon Isaacs is solid. He's a solid tailback. We'll take that. They're going wide here. We need to just match personnel is what we need to do instead of just running whatever out there. I mean, we don't have this. They really need to take that out. Like, if they're gonna run hurry up, then don't tell me that I can put a certain group on the field and then not let me do it because they're in hurry up. Good stop. Javonte Mackey, good coverage. He's been pretty good. I don't know why we don't block that guy. You just run away. Doesn't make any sense. But we gotta have a score here. Down to 1-5 USF. We really haven't found ourselves on offense yet this year at all.
This could be a pivotal moment in this
We have a
game.
bunch of things we gotta work out.
They try to find a way to answer. First down to start the drive after the break. Hand off from the shotgun.
Sutton Smith,
After that run, they're in pretty
good
shape
run.
at the 30-yard line.
And we may try to run some more wide stuff. I just don't trust Walker's arm down the field, nor do I trust our
Work their way to the 35-yard
I don't trust our receivers either. Really. Walker White, good pull, good run,
And they'll finally get it down.
good box offset, Y cross post. Trying to get the ball to Adams. He's been pretty good too. Throw it out to Doyle, just a bad ball. Just a bad ball.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion.
Going drag to the trail route. Trail route's open. Bad ball. This is not looking good at all. I don't know what Walker's problem is, like why he can't throw the football. Drop, look, tuck it, go. Walker White, first down.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive.
I'd like to get, I really wish they would have just flipped the trips. I didn't flip this to run it this way. Flipped it to get it to Henry.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion.
Come on, Emory Jones. Like, to be a transfer from LSU, one of the best players in the portal, he's been kind of a
He's
letdown.
looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse.
We're getting hit.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now he faced third down. This will be the 8th.
It's really hurt them with his legs.
Picking up the first down. He's getting down.
Nice job, nice way to
We
end that
just-
play for the QB. he does a really good job.
Can't push the ball deep.
Getting the first down and getting down because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback,
We just
that is
can't.
a win.
We can't push the ball deep at all. We can throw underneath. We can throw some intermediate stuff. We can't throw the ball deep. I mean, we've hit on some deep balls, but not consistent.
On second down, wants to throw.
Throw okay, quick. Hit a number of different guys here so far. Got to get in the end zone here. Sutton Smith. He may have could have bounced it. Potentially. Run this out of the bunch here. Call Jamari Hawkins. Gets it all the way to the 2. We'll take it. And we can go here. We'll jet quarterback power here. Touchdown. Walker White's in. He's had a good year on the ground, really. Now the sacks have got us a little bit on the rushing numbers. So we really have more than what we show. But that was a good drive right there. Nice mix of pass and run. Very solid.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this. To me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree.
Where is we're
the situation of the game.
mint.
We're still winning. You got the ball back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And the Bulls
Where
come
is
to the line in the hurry up.
where's he at? Martin.
Brown wants to pass.
Those out. Javante Mackey gotta make that tackle. We need to get. We gotta do this until Herring comes back. I don't know that I want Flaker there. Who else can we put in? Lamb's already over here. We can go Grimes. Put Grimes there. Now we gotta switch our D tackles. Let's put Whitlow. Actually, no. Leave Grimes inside. Put Whitlow on the edge. Then we'll just switch out a D tackle here. Josh White. What's his name? Aaron Bryan is not good here. We'll put Xavier Harris in. Yeah, that's fine. This is what we need to change. Flaker's there. Let's put Overton here. And let's put Mackey here until Herring gets back. Yeah. That's fine. I do like the fact that we have some versatility up front.
These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly.
All right, we got to be a little better in the middle.
Quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Have to be a little better than what we are right now.
He wants to pass it on second down.
Going deep, missed him. Juan Sanks was there. All right, here we go. Going Mabel here, Buzz Mabel. Martin's buzzing. Come on, Flaker. We have to make that tackle. Have to. Have done a good job of shortening the game this half. They've hit on some explosive plays. Somehow he fumbled it. Whitlow, we'll take it. That's a sack, I guess. I don't know what just happened. I don't know if he rolled it to him or what happened. Marsh. They're going to run the ball here. Kelly Jones, good tackle. He don't play a whole lot. He's the guy that I'm excited about. Hopefully he can turn into a pretty good player. Quan Saints played it pretty well. Got to make a tackle here. Good tackle there by Caleb Patterson. They are going for it. Let's go quarters. I don't know if they're going to throw it, what they're going to do here. So hitch outside. Tyron Taylor misses the tackle. We miss another tackle. Chandler Martin makes the tackle. Another wide stack. Got to get them behind the chain on first down. Going deep. Picked off Tyron Taylor. Good play there. Way to bounce back. Gave up the hitch. Comes back, gets a pick. We'll take it. Good play. We lose him this year. He's been solid, though. Good pull there. Walker White. Terrible by Pat Peterson. I don't know what he's doing. It's terrible. Oh.
Here comes the offense on second down.
White. Ripping it. There's Henry. Keontae Henry. He's hurt. It's not good. Excited to see how he develops too. See Banks on the post. Banks on the post. Jacoby Banks, good catch. Good throw there. Jacoby Banks, get it to him underneath. He's a guy that I hope develops nice. He could end up being like kind of do it all, everything. Like do it all, like Tavon Austin type, but predominantly receiver. Get out Sutton Smith. Good move. Got 4. We'll take it. This is perfect right here now. When they do have a hard edge or a solid edge, you want to run speed option at it. Speed option is better than read option whenever you're playing a team like this. They're predominantly full front. Throw it out Doyle. That was horrible. We going for it here. We'll just kick it. We'll kick it. Need this, Boyette. Banged it through. Good stuff.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away.
Here we go.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. And he loses the ball deep in his own end. The kicking team's got it, and they take the ball right back.
Oh. Wait, what? What just happened? Did they fumble? Did he fumble? Did I not see him fumble? He fumbled it? I did not see that. I didn't see that. I didn't know what happened. How did I not see him fumble? Okay, we'll take it. I mean, this is probably how USF's been losing. They just shoot themselves in the foot. They have good players. I mean, they're a solid program, usually. But they just been shooting themselves in the foot. It's 2 back-to-back turnovers. Walker White gonna run it.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to
Well, maybe you're looking single side here. No, nothing's there. Walker White gonna try to push it in. We'll just sneak it in with Walker. Walker's picked it up here, man. He's played pretty decent. Made a mistake early, but we played well, man. 20 unanswered points. Defense has stepped up. Special teams, got a turnover on both defense and special teams, so that will work. Kentucky losing to Texas 21-3. I didn't even realize we got a fumble.
He thought about bringing that out.
What did you say, Couch? I don't know. I have no idea what any of that is.
South Florida ready to send the offense back.
Couch, you back screen, brother?
This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense.
Threw it right into the middle hole. You have got to be kidding me, man.
Touchdown Bulls. And let's put up points today. What do you say?
There's no freaking way.
Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to
How do you say bad throw in Spanish? Or bad pass coverage? Our pass coverage is god awful.
He'll bring it back from inside his
We didn't fire the DB he's got last year. We need to fire him this year.
dynamic, but they get him on the ground.
Here, these last couple weeks, it's been horrible.
Back onto the field. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversation.
Try to go down, get into, need to try to get into field goal range.
But make sure I don't make that mistake.
What do we got? Wide slot right. Nothing really. Let's go 5 wides. Let's go scissors. Scissors has been good to us.
As they try to put points on the board right before the half.
Really has. Alex Adams, that is a ball. Gotta hang on to that. Have to hang on to that. 3rd down and 2.
They'll try to get the first through the air.
Hole shot. Ryan Marshall, good catch. What? Did he drop that? Are you serious?
Squeezed it.
Defense did a great job.
Are you kidding me?
Side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Just gonna try to drop and rip this.
Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
So we're losing going into half. Arkansas beat Auburn. Makes that win look a little better. Yeah. So far, not great. They've converted 1 3rd down. We have converted 7. They have 3 sacks. We have 1. They've hit on explosives. We've let them get an explosive run, explosive pass. Pick 6. It's the pick 6 right here. I mean, other than that, I mean, other than explosives, we've dominated the game. Haven't even allowed that much on offense. They've allowed 332 yards.
On the move from inside his 5.
What are we doing?
This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find
What
the
part
lead
of the
and
world
get it out
you
inside
from?
the offense with good field
What are you talking about?
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team.
Good tackle.
You also say, guys, if we had taken
Atlanta, Georgia.
this lead would be even bigger. We might have already knocked them out already, Palmer.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game.
Got to make a tackle. Come on, keep them behind the sticks. Like Descent or something. Mississippi? I don't know, dude. It's been so long ago since my ancestors were in Europe or whatever, wherever we're from. I don't know. I'm like Irish, but I don't know what. Black. That's funny.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Right away after picking up the first
I mean, I don't know.
right back to their
Something.
playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat opening.
And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way.
Yeah, you want me to tell you, like, I don't know.
I love this tight end because
And I ain't gonna lie. Don't care. I really don't. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Where all my people are from. I don't care. I'm living in the here and now. I would love it if we could, like, block and return. Like, that would just be great. It's never gonna happen. That would be great.
Man, those are frustrating because you think you might get points.
Walker White, good pull. He's got a big run. Walker White down the sideline. Puts it on the 38. Walker White's got 100 yards in this one. Would love this single side curl if that backer don't drop off. He does. I would love for us to block against just a basic four-man rush. Oh gosh. I mean, Doyle actually fought for the ball, which is surprising. Try to throw a screen. Way to get off. Way to not run into the lineman right there, Smith. How did we lose yards?
Instead, it'll be fourth down.
Let's go deep divide here. We might can get this. Maybe.
On fourth down, going to the air.
Good throw. Good catch. First down. Good throw there by Walker White. I will say this. We are not getting enough out of Justice Ross Simmons. Like, not near enough. We can't block a three-man rush. This could be good right here in the middle to Farrell. Going back underneath. Ryan Marshall. Good catch.
That's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into. You want to
third down. Here we go.
lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
The throw. And they fail to hook up on.
We kicking another field goal here. Boyette's holding us in it.
The field goal unit is out there for the third time. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt.
Got to make this one. Good stuff there by our freshman kicker.
And 3 more on the board.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really depend on.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller,
I mean, dude, we are just letting him rip us. I don't know why. I don't know what we're doing. That's just letting them rip us like that. Good tackle right there, Chandler Martin. We need that. Somebody's got to step up. Why not him? He steps up all the time, making plays. Got to have a DB step up, though.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle.
Come on, somebody make a tackle. We have not been good these last 2 weeks on defense, really. We haven't been bad down to down, but we have to be better, like giving up explosives, getting off the field on third down.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went.
Chandler Martin, good sack. Sending him has worked these last couple of weeks. Send him a little bit more than what we normally do, and it's worked pretty well. Screen, Alvon Isaac, just can't catch it. We'll take it. Here comes the punt. Kobe Banks back deep to receive. Banks finally gets a block, and you see what he can do. Jacoby Banks, good return. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, my bad. All right, so we need a good drive here. Is Bill out? Like, what's his deal? Is he out? I mean, he came back in after he was hurt. Did he get hurt again? No, he's just not in the game. Where?
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying.
Do we not? Is he not starting now? Is that what that is? Yeah, he is. What is going on?
Some things work, some
And there's nothing wrong with him. I don't know what the deal is. They just took him out earlier. I knew he was in like to start the game. We'll try to shorten the game a little bit. Bill Davis, good run. They pull him forward. Good play there. We're going for it.
Keep the foot on the pedal.
I don't want to do that. Let's go box. FL drive. We did this earlier. Alex Adams just dropped the ball. Probably going to Jamari here underneath, if anything. Oh, we kind of run into trouble. Walker White rips him again with those legs. Down to the 24-yard line. Good run.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down. And don't.
Here we go, Alex Adams. Good move.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Wide receiver now.
Motion him again. They cover it the same exact way. Alex Adams got 5 catches. He's usually sure-handed. He just is. He's had some explosive plays, but not a whole lot. We finally get the lead. Yeah, I hope they do too. They were supposed to, but I think they toned it down a little bit to where it's just like you don't get to see it, but like when they get injured, they're wore down. Like if we run the ball 40 to 50 times a game, like you'll start seeing D linemen get hurt and stuff on their team. Which is which is the wear and tear, but 2-point play, Jacoby Banks. He's a very good decoy on stuff like this. We can check out of this if we want to. If we can secure this edge, it's gonna be. We're gonna get the 2. Oh, yep, we secure it. Jacoby Banks in the end zone. We go up by 3. The field goals have paid off. Everybody get an 8-point drive there to put us up 3 points. Defense has played much better. Really only gave up 21 points on defense. Had a pick 6. This is a custom. I have a custom. I would say it's a combination of. It's like the old. We'll go over it in a minute. It has some veer and shoot. It's like a pistol spread, veer and shoot type deal. Like, it's like somewhere between like it's like NIU. It's like NIU whenever they had Lynch. Auburn, some Auburn elements as far as like some of the 2 tight stuff and 2 back stuff from the shotgun, some of the tight sets. It's got some spread stuff like the traditional spread stuff like bunch, doubles, And then we also have some veer and shoot stuff, which is the Baylor stuff. So it's a combination of both. It would be something that I would. It has a lot of formations with a lot of the same plays, which is you either have a lot of plays and very few formations, or you have a lot of formations and very few plays. I'm always been a lot of formations, same type plays. Like even in real life, like I'm a firm believer in that. Like you look at this. So we got power read in this. We also have it. We have it in this where he's attached. And you have some different things. We got trips. We got wide. We can do whatever really. I don't think we're gonna get this off. We're not. Yeah, but we got a. All right, couch. We got some different stuff. We got some unorthodox stuff like the box stuff, quads, a lot of bunt stuff, a lot of stuff with tight ends and stuff. Like it's just a combination of a little bit of everything. It's pretty balanced. You can say it's multiple. We don't have anything under center though. Look at Sutton Smith. That was the best. That's not the best 5 yard run I've ever seen, but it's pretty solid. A lot of stuff, Loco, honestly, like it's built around a quarterback, like quarterback play. The quarterback can run, it makes the offense go. That's why, like, I'm always looking for a guy that can run, that's bigger, that can take hits. Walker White is perfect, really, for our offense. I wish he could push the ball a little better than what he does. Throws the ball good intermediate, no quick game. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Like right here, this play, we don't run this enough. Well, it's mainly because we can't block, but then we do because he can break tackles because he's big. That's what you want. Like this is more like Auburn from Gus Malzahn's days there. Bill Davis, there's some motion. I like bringing motion. I like bringing jet because I like giving that or tossing it up to him. Oh man, I gotta get off my freaking phone. We don't need to take a penalty here. I think we kind of have them on their heels a little bit. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I made this myself. So I based it out of pistol, but I took some of the pistol stuff out. Like we got a bunch of pistol formations, like a ton. And then we also have a ton of shotgun stuff. Normally I wouldn't even run a goal line offense, or I have a goal line offense, but it's the
Will they keep it on the ground again?
the quarterback with the two fullbacks in front of him. That's normally what I run. Toss out to Doyle. Doyle breaking a tackle, breaking another tackle. Malachi Breland is hurt. That doesn't help. We do got some RPOs and stuff. I mean, we're somewhat spread. I call it a pistol spread is what it is. Bill Davis in the end zone, touchdown. Bruised elbow, he's out for a second, and he'll be back in. Bill Davis 15 carries, 97 yards. Pretty solid. Ryan Marshall, we got to make a tackle. We cannot let him bust it. Can't. Their wide trips. Our mint has been a little better against them than what I thought. All right, hold on. Bringing in a whole new QB room. Might bring in a transfer retro. Yeah. Where you at? Oh man, that's a terrible play right there. It's uncharacteristic from Chandler. Got to make that tackle. Got to know that they're trying to beat us with speed here.
This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space.
Running it. Got the over route. He doesn't throw it. Runs into his running back. All right. Call a check here. We're blitzing. We're man coverage. Now, like, I'll go over, like, what I want. They run it with Isaac. I mean, dude, he has hit us hard.
Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. They move the tight end all over.
Good tackle right there. Chandler Martin, we got to get him on the ground before he gets going. When he gets going, he's very hard to stop. He's very fast. Chandler Martin, another good tackle. Nothing doing. Let's go Tampa 2 here. Baseline. What are we, 9? Intercepted Tyron Taylor. Picked off. He's going to go for 6. His second pick. He finally jumped one. We've waited on them to stop that curl route, and he does. He learned from last week against Charlotte. Good stuff there, Tyron Taylor. We'll take it. A little bit of a backbreaker. We'll just sim a couple plays. They might get in, they might not. They will. Can we just run the clock out, please? Get the ball back. We run it out. 45 to 35. Defense definitely stepped up in the second half. Created turnovers, which is what we wanted. Okay. Web step down was made in the first round, 2026. Can't make it past Clemson next year. The year we on the rise though. That's why I might redshirt the QB and hopefully bring a senior QB. I mean, really, what I look for. We'll go look at the roster real quick. What I look for is quarterback. I want a guy that's. He doesn't even necessarily have to be 6 foot. I just want him to be 220 plus. Or close to it. Like 217 is fine. Really 215 plus. Now, like a guy like Maiden, he's a little faster. If you're going to be under that, I want him to be pretty fast. And it kind of changes. Like, I'm not going to run up the middle with Jordan Bell. You can run up the middle with Maiden, but Baker and White are more likely to not get hurt. And then at running back, anytime you can get a do-it-all back like Bill Davis, that's what you want. And honestly, you want a couple of those, but it's rare to find a guy that's going to be able to get 20 carries a game. I mean, even Bill Davis at 5'9", 235, he can't tote it 20 carries a game and not get some wear and tear on him. Now, you preferably want to do it all, and then you want some guys that can fill in roles. Like this year, we don't really have. We knew that we were bringing in Bill Davis, and we wanted Chuck Taylor, who ended up going to Tennessee. But you want to keep. I like to keep at least one or two big backs on the roster. I know that Bodyford has time left, so I really wasn't pressed to get a big back. And Davis is a big back at 235, 5'9". That's a load. And then you want some guys with some speed behind them, kind of a change of pace in a way. Dallin Hayden is kind of more of he's leaning towards kind of a do-it-all, but he's not quite that. At 205, that's a decent weight. I usually would like them to be a little heavier, but that's about right. 5'10", 205, that's about right. Sutton Smith is perfect, like change of pace, and that's what he's done this year for us. And then I think Isaiah Davis, he's kind of a do-it-all. Decent truck, decent break tackle for a freshman. And then he's got a good juke move. He can catch it out of the backfield. He's kind of the next do-it-all back. And then at receiver, I want a guy that can do a little bit of everything, can play inside in the slot, can play outside if you need him to on one side. The other side, I want a big receiver, preferably 6'3 plus, 210 plus, that can run a little bit. I mean, if he's the faster the better at receiver. But if he can go play and win a one-on-one ball, like Dontavius Johnson at Ole Miss when we were there, he was terrific. He was exactly what I wanted out of an outside receiver. Like, he can go win the go ball, he can win in the red zone, can do a little bit of everything. The slot, I like a guy. Alex Adams is fine. He's fine. Because we got to get guys developed. Like Ryan Marshall, he's perfect for an outside receiver, but he's more like the do-it-all. Like, he can kind of play inside, he can play outside, kind of in the role that Jamari Hawkins is in now. I would like Jamari Hawkins to be a little bigger, and depending on what the portal looks like or how Marshall develops, Jamari's probably going to play slot next year. Now, we got to find a big receiver. I thought that Burridge could be that, but Burridge doesn't have the caps to be that. He could maybe give us a couple snaps, but he's pretty much capped out. Keondae Henry could be that. He's more to me like a big slot. Jacoby Banks is kind of what I want at the slot. He's quick. He's kind of like a running back in a way that catches short passes. He can go. He can run deep. I mean, he can do a little bit of everything, but mainly space guy. Like, I want a space guy there. Farrell's kind of a space guy. He's not really. He's really a kick return specialist because he doesn't have caps either. So, I mean, he's going to be okay, but I don't know how many snaps he's going to get in the future once we load this receiver room up. Dobbs is kind of like a do-it-all. He can kind of do both. Burridge is kind of like single side, what would be considered your boundary receiver. 6'5", 189. He's a little bit lighter than what I would like, but he's 6'5". He's physical, got a little speed on him. But I mean, he's pretty much done. He really can't do anything else. Now, these guys like Keondae Henry, he's a guy that could develop into kind of whatever at 6'1", 210. In my mind, he reminds me of like a A.J. Brown. He play inside, outside, can be the boundary receiver. He's probably not as tall as you would want at a boundary receiver, but he's bigger, and you got to know how to use him. He can be that jet sweep guy. And he could also catch a curl, turn around, go 60 with it. He can catch a deep ball, that kind of thing. That's what we need to kind of develop him into. which really what it is at receiver. If you have that one big guy, which I thought Justice Ross Simmons could be, and we just missed, which is going to happen in the portal sometimes. You're going to miss. I thought that he would be that guy, but he's just not been that guy. He's really been more of a third option. Honestly, it's really been, we've tried to get it to Jamari as much as we can. We throw it to the slot receiver a ton. That's why Alex Adams has the catches he has. And then when we spread them out and go 4 wides, 5 wides, Banks is on the field. We're trying to get it to him because he's probably the most explosive receiver we have. Then it's probably Ryan Marshall. And we will try to get it to Farrell some. But Jacoby Banks is just a really good player. He's a good space guy. At tight end, the possession guys are okay. Doyle's not really as fast as I would like. Burren is more of like what I'm looking for. You don't have to be overly fast. Now, the more speed, the better. That's at any position, though. But Burren, 6'5", 240, he's the size that I like. That big target over the middle, can take a hit. He can also catch a short route, get you about 8 to 10 yards. The faster guys like Dontrell Boone. Now, we remember Dontrell Boone. He was this size and had like 86 speed. He was a possession guy. Like, he wasn't going to make a lot of guys miss, which your tight end doesn't have to make a lot of guys miss. But Dontrell Boone was a like guaranteed 10, 15-yard guy because he had some speed on him. Defensively, what I look for, like Chandler Martin's pretty good for that star spot. Usually I want him a little lighter than what he is. Want him about 220. Probably a little taller so they can get in passing windows and stuff. And a little faster than what he is. But he's very, very, I mean, he's been really good at that star spot. I don't mind an undersized guy. They need to be pretty fast to play that spot. Like Marsh is not bad. Whenever he has to come down and play that. But I really want to, really kind of like a guy like C.J. Turner. I wish he was a little bit taller. Amarian Jackson's kind of perfect for that role. He's fast. He can move. That's why we recruited him to play star, potentially next year. What's his dev trade? He has star dev, so I mean he could develop into like the guy next year. We're losing 3 seniors. There's going to be a position battle there. C.J. Turner's also. I mean he kind of fits that mold. Free safety. I want a guy that can play high and play midfield, deep middle of the field. I also want a guy that can play half. I want a guy that can play quarters. I want a guy that can play everything. We run a lot of cover 3, and I like Saints was perfect. Like he literally like good speed. Don't have to be overly fast. He's kind of always in the right position. And he's a guy that I hope can develop a little bit more than what he is right now. Only that normal development, but he's got some years, so he's fine there. But that size is fine. Like you don't have to be overly. The main thing at the free safety for me is speed. You got to be able to cover a lot of range, be able to flip your hips, be able to get to the ball whenever it's thrown. Which, I mean, if they're taller, that's fine. Like, Cam Miller's not bad at all. Like, if we wouldn't have got Saints, Cam Miller would have been fine. Now, Dennis, that speed, this is a guy that's never going to play. Now, if he would have developed, then maybe. Now, Ezekiel Baker, like, I really want man archetypes, or not man, but hybrid archetypes that can play both. Like Saints, he's got 74 man. He also has 73 zone, which isn't like great if you're not able to do both it's just a singular rating like Ezekiel Baker. He's got to get better at man coverage. And he might not. We run a lot of zone, though. So, I mean, we're a big zone team. We run man on, like, blitzes and stuff, but he's fast enough that he can make up for it. But, I mean, he's got to develop. I don't know what his ratings are. He's got impact. I mean, he can get a lot better. He has a lot of room to grow. So, yeah. Corners, y'all kind of know what I want at corner because we do run a lot of zone. I want to be able to get in passing windows. I want big corners that are physical. Usually 6'1 plus. I can go with a 5 with a guy that's in the 5s, 5'11, 5'10, 5'9. We've had them all and made them work. At Ole Miss, we had Jarrell Stinson, he waited his turn. He was a 5'9 corner. He's really fast. Those guys have to be very, very quick in order to get on the field for me. Like, Marjavius Moss will absolutely play at some point. Right now, Kelly Jones is over him. He's 6'4". I mean, because 6'4 corners, you don't see a lot of those at all. You'll see some 6'3s from time to time. We got Carlisle. But usually 6 foot is like my guys for the outside corners. Now, you can go big nickel, which is what Kelly Jones is right now. He's playing nickel. He's more of what I want on the outside. He's got to get better in man coverage. And if you're going to be a short guy like Marjavius Moss, even though we run a lot of zone, you got to be really good in man coverage. He's not very good in man coverage. That's why he's not playing right now. Now, if he develops that, he will definitely be a guy that'll play. But, I mean, you just have to see. Caleb Patterson, 6'1", 190. He's pretty much the prototype of what I want at corner. He's got 80 man, 77 zone, which is solid. He's pretty fast. Tyron Taylor's not that fast. He's big. He's physical. He's got pretty good coverage stats. He can play both man and zone. Bakari Swain's kind of the same thing. He can play both man and zone. He's a little faster. He's not as good in zone. But I mean, he's still got time to develop, and I'm willing to get guys that need to develop. Like Kelly Jones, he needs to get better man coverage. But whenever we run nickel out there, most of the time it's on third down. We're running zone or match or something like that. And that's kind of what we're doing. Backers, right outside and middle in my defense in the 3-3-5 tight, they have to be able to run. Now, like Mackey, I really want the middle linebacker to be fast, but Mackey makes a lot of tackles and he's not that fast. And when Overton's in there, it's kind of the same thing. Now, Flaker, when you're playing that wheel, what would be considered the wheel because it's flipped. So usually right outside linebacker is the Sam, which is the strong side. But we play with a jack because we run 3-3-5 tight when our guys are out there, which is what Herring is, which he's always set away from the back normally. He's set away from the star. The star is Martin. So he's set away from the star. So the star or the rover or whatever they call, I mean, whatever different people call it different things. That edge guy, he's got to be able to rush. He's got to be able to drop sometimes. Not all the time. He's usually your worst covering linebacker, but he's got to be able to rush. He can't just be a run stopper. And Herring's listed as a run stopper, but he's not just a run stopper. Like Quincy Lanier, perfect for this role. He's fast. He can rush. I don't know what his ability. I don't know what his coverage ability is. It's not terrible. It's not. It's really not. It's actually really, really good. Like, he would fit perfect. And when he's playing, that's going to give us more ability to drop. Even if Jimmy Brown is in, it's going to give us more ability to drop. That's why I moved Mackey over there, He's one of the slower backers, but he needs to be on the field. He can rush, but he also needs to be able to drop. And he's got pretty good coverage stats. 79 is not bad at all. Flaker's rangy. He's got good coverage stats. He can rush. He can do a little bit of everything. He's kind of like a jack of all trades, but he's playing what I would call both of these guys is off balls. Middle and right outside linebacker, off ball backers. Herring is an edge. This whole position group needs to be edge guys. D tackle. You want guys like Mon Cole. Really big guys that can move to be that size, like really like 320 plus, like a true nose. And base. Now, like Xavier Harris is perfect for what we want to run. That's why we were trying to get him. And then, but you still want to be able to rush, but mainly they're in there to stop the run. Defensive ends, they're playing from the 3-tech all the way out to sometimes in a 5 or a 7 sometimes, depending on how wide we are. The defensive ends have to be almost like defensive tackle bodies, like 3-techs, which is a more athletic defensive tackle. So AJ Odom's really an edge. You normally want your defensive ends like 260 plus in our defense. And Whitlow and Lamb get it done. Like Reggie Grimes is fine at 282. Normally that guy would be a D tackle, and he is a rush D tackle on third down. But he can play the edge if we need him to. But these guys got to be able to play the edge. They got to be able to play inside. Like 280 is a pretty good weight. 275, somewhere around in there. Big, what would be the old, forefront, strong side defensive end. That's mainly like a run stopper, but can play inside. That kind of guy. That's what you want. And the big guys like 260 plus, 270. 270 to 265 is usually the guys that excel. I mean, we watched Cam Franklin do it in a Dynasty. I mean, those are the guys that excel. William Whitlow's really good. Like Cormonte Hamilton last year, he was really, really good. He wasn't even rated very high. He was 76, maybe 75, something like that. I mean, he was always getting sacks because he has the body style. We use him the right way. That's what we want. Even offensive line. Now, obviously, when you get a guy like Emory Jones, the power archetype is fine. Mainly, I want pass protectors at the tackles, agile archetypes at the guards through the center, and then another pass protector. I really would love a pass protector on our blind side, which is the left side, for the quarterback. Because it's harder to roll that way if you get pressure from that side. So on a right-handed quarterback, because he's got to turn his whole body around just to get that way. And predominantly, you're gonna run the ball to the right. Most people will. Now we kind of are balanced. We'll run it either way. But you mainly want to run blocking defensive tackle, guy that can. I mean, not defensive tackle, but offensive tackle. Like Emory Jones, that you can run behind. Like that's why I say the power archetype's okay at right tackle. I usually like 2 pass protectors, because normally we run a lot of zone, and those guys are going to be quicker and more and able to get there. Agile is a good one too for guards. Pass protector's fine though. Power, like that's why Adams gets beat a lot, because he's power archetype. And whenever we run it, he does well. Whenever we throw it, it's kind of iffy. But I mean, that's kind of my thinking there. So there is a method to the madness. We'll go ahead and advance. Richard Treble commits. That is our 4th Dude, we got Dwayne Webb. We flipped him from Troy. Okay, so we flip him. We lose Mentor. We lose. Are we serious? How did we lose Adigbo? How did we lose him? We were in the lead for him. This has been the story of he went on a visit and committed. This has been the story. He would have been perfect. So he's 6'1", 335. He would have been perfect as a nose tackle. Mentor, we pretty much thought we were going to lose him. Madu, we lost him. Adigbo, we lost him. Lose Hicks, Wanuski, Allen. So yeah, we lost a good bit. We may have to rethink here a little bit on what we want to do from a kind of a strategy here recruiting wise. Chad Hurd, we're going to offer him. He's a run stopper. Mitch Barr. He's a sophomore. I mean, is he pretty? Is he pretty? He's not a gem. His tackle's not good. He's decent at man. He's pretty good at man. He's not overly fast. He fits kind of that frame. Is he better than C.J. Turner right now? No, probably not. So we're not going to take him. John Pullard, pretty good man, decent zone. Change of direction's okay. He's a bigger safety at 200 plus. Well, not really. 202's kind of. He could be a guy that maybe. We're not going to put any stock into him because we already have guys that are pretty decent. Now, this archetype, Quincy Ajayi, not archetype, but his size and his dimensions. Now, he doesn't have great speed. He's a guy that could play base. He could play base defense. He's not really a guy that's going to be in on third down. With that speed, you want faster guys. Now Spencer Shinek, if he's got good speed, we can turn him into an edge guy. He doesn't have good speed, but he might be. Well, no, we're not. I'm not gonna waste my time on him. I can't put any points into him. Like Ajayi, he's a guy that you take if he wants to come here. He doesn't have another scholarship. We can take him, and he may envelop into something potentially. Dominic Mount. See, we already got a run stopper down here, Chad Hurd. The run stopper is not really what I'm looking for especially with those kind of stats. It's not really what you're looking for. Chad Hurd's not good either. So the board is really shortening up here. Now Morgan Polk, he's definitely a guard. Decent run block, decent pass block. He's pretty middle of the road here. And if Iowa's going after him, if he's good enough for Iowa, he's good enough for us. Boyer, I would love to get Boyer in. We already got him on a visit. He's visiting this week. We can jump Florida State. Maybe. Now, Boyer is pretty much exactly what you want from an athletic standpoint at defensive end. 83 speed at that size. He could play an edge. He could play all the way down to a 3-tech at 268. He's pretty much fits exactly what you want. Now, we do not have a lot of guys on the board. Dora is pretty much what you want at quarterback, but Ronell Newton fits a little better. He's not as fast, but he's a little bit bigger. That's kind of what you want. He has a stronger arm, too. Ronell Newton is what we want at quarterback. He could very easily be the best quarterback in the class. getting Dwayne Webb. We're pretty set at corner. Getting McCoo, getting Carlisle last year, getting Dwayne Webb. We're pretty set at corner for a while. And treble, if you're going to take a run stopper, you take a guy like this. 89 speed. He can get his zone coverage up. Which his zone coverage is pretty good. At 78. He's a good player. And then Marquand Wallow, he's exactly the size you want at 6'2", 231. 72 zone, 94 speed, which is crazy. He's going to be really good, straight out the box. But we got to find some more guys on this list that we can take. Now, Jared Pounds, he's got an offer from Ole Miss. They're already top 3. I don't know that we can get back in on him. Roth, Mangold. I don't want a power offensive tackle. We don't need a running back. Which if we get Ronell Newton, there may be a development coming if we get Ronell Newton. Bob Irvin, now he's a guy we would take. He's got good size. He's definitely a guy that we'd look at. Kevin Marshall, he's agile at tackle. I really want a pass protector. Amari Ekuban, he could end up being really good. Thaddeus Taint, already looked at him. Jerron Webb wouldn't be bad. We can move him to left tackle. Denopoli still hasn't committed anywhere. I don't really want him, honestly. Stephon Adkins. He's got Kennesaw. We can beat Kennesaw. Pat Longacre. He's got South Carolina. And Nick Chukwu. What does he have? Army. Jimmy Wolf. Already looked at Mount. Frank Toon. Now he's top 8. I might can get him. Alex Burnell. I mean, if I was going to get a guy, if I was going to take a running back, I need to get a do-it-all back. Stephon Adkins, we can look at him. I don't know that we can. I don't know. He's a JUCO. I just don't know that he's going to be. I want guys that are going to be on the roster that serve a purpose. Lucens's not bad. He doesn't have an offer. He's out of Texas. We can't look at him though. He's not pipeline. Josh McCracken, he doesn't have anything. He's a tight end. Jeremiah Harper, not Hopper. Gideon Onowualu. Deep threat. He's not very big. We got plenty of small receivers. We need some bigger ones. Ty Anthrop. Can't look at him. He's not pipeline. Let's go pipelines. I want to look at just pipeline guys. Interested. Chad Hurd. Thaddeus Taint only has one offer. Justice Bethea. He just doesn't have the size that I want to play that nose spot. It's like I'm not gonna take. I would take Darren Talbot, but we don't need corners right now. We need D-line. We definitely need D-line. Austin Sahara. He doesn't have a deal breaker, so it may be hard to flip him from state. Shaquille Handy, PJ Bruss, Robert Reinhardt, Conrad Jewell. He would be a guy that I would look at. It's out of Florida. They got speed down there. Joey Casey. He's got guys on him already. Juwan Earl. Tavita Taimopiu. Or P. I don't know. I don't know what his name is. Group. He's a quarterback. Larry Clark. We already got backers. Sabry. Now, Juan Sabry might be what we're looking for at receiver. We need to look at a bigger receiver. JJ Tubbs. Okay, this isn't bad here at center. Cox. Alright, now let's look at anybody that's interested regardless of state. We can go after 3 stars and 4s as long as they're interested. They don't necessarily have to be in the pipeline. All these guys we kind of looked at. We got Ebicon on the board. Jeremiah Harper may be a guy we look at. Who's this kid? What's he got? Gerald Freeland doesn't have anything. We'll look at him. Dalton Freeman doesn't have anything. He's out of Georgia. Power rusher. We can look at Anthrop too. Actually, I think we have enough. Blau. Stephen Blau's like Keondae. What's the kid's name? Keondae. Is it Harris? Keondae Harris? I think it's Harris. I don't know what his name is. I said we don't need a quarterback. We don't need a corner. Lucian, we can look at. Do we need to get a big back this year? Terrell Green does have an offer, but we're ahead of whoever he has an offer from. We'll look at Green. We'll look at Chukwu. A lot of running backs on this board. DeAndre Tutts. Basel. David Ajalana. Bryce Cush. I don't really want Ajalana. Just looking at McCracken already. Blaine Downs. Burnell. I think we talked about Burnell, didn't we? Before, at some point. Bob Boyette. He's just not heavy enough for what I want. Paul Story. Bruss. Chamberlain. Philip Rugamba. What does Casey have? He's got, what you call it? I mean, really, we got enough on the board right now. So we need to save a good amount of spots for transfers. What we're gonna do is we'll go by position of need here. Need to figure out running backs who we're taking here. Corin Lucen, okay. Terrell Green. Who's the better of a Green and a Checkwood? It's Green. And Checkwood can walk. So that's kind of that. Sabry, we need to know if he can catch in traffic. Okay, Sabry is a gem. Definitely a guy that we're going to go after. McCracken, what's his speed? 86 speed. He's solid. We're going to go ahead and offer him. And we're going to offer Sabry. Offensive tackle, Jerron Webb. It's a pass protector. Can't scout anymore. Let's have good pass block. Where's his run block? We're going to offer Jerron Webb. Already got Schulters. I don't know what we're going to have at center. I don't know where Paul's looking at. Number 10 center in the country. So guys that we need to look at. Boyer, if we don't get Boyer. Now, if we get Boyer, it kind of throws all this out. Really. I like Frank Toon. I like Freeland. I like Freeman as well. Amari Ukuban. We can look at him. We did get Treble and we got Wallow. McCoo and Webb. Just good. Pullard. Don't have a strong safety up right now. We're probably going to pull to a guy anyway. So I like the two safeties we just brought in last year. But yeah, so it's kind of the gist. But we may how long have we been? No, we're almost to 2 hours. We're up to 13, which is solid. I would like to look at who's up for awards and stuff. Head coach of the year, we're not even on there. We're not going to have anybody best quarterback. Chandler Martin's up for best defensive player. Best defensive back's also him. Running back, we don't have anybody on there. Receiver, we're not going to have anybody on there. Lombardi, none of our guys are on there for that. Best defensive end, nobody on there for that. Best interior lineman, best tight end, nobody. Broyles Award, no. Jaden Flaker is up for best linebacker. So there's that. Best center, Luke Groza, punter, returner. So really it's just Chandler Martin. Just Chandler Martin on the board right now for awards. Um. So, yeah, there's that. Heisman watch. Nobody up for that. Right now, as the bracket sits, we are the top Group of 5 team. Texas State is there, but our only loss coming out of conference to an SEC team in Tennessee. You got that. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it. Here had a lot of information packed into this one. A lot of stuff that just a lot of stuff to why we do what we do, who we're recruiting, why we're recruiting them. It's not really just hey get the best players. So there's definitely a method to it. I mean that's how we're able to do. Like you gotta have a plan, recruiting, playing, regardless. Gotta have a plan going into it. What do you want? What body styles do you want? Does this guy fit? Sometimes a 3-star fits better than a 4 or 5-star. So there's a lot about fit. How does he fit into the scheme? Can he play this? Can he not? It's kind of that kind of deal. So, but yeah. So we'll probably end it there. Stat wise, Walker is now up an interception over a touchdown. Bill Davis has 5 touchdowns with 500 yards, so he's halfway to 1,000. Walker White has 10 touchdowns rushing. He's closing in on 400 yards, which is pretty good, considering the sack numbers too. Sutton Smith's been a nice change of pace. I want him up. He's probably on pace for 100 carries. Bill Davis is probably on pace for about 200. Walker White's probably going to have about 130, maybe more than that. I'd like to get Dallin Hayden a little more involved than what we are. Hawkins has 29 catches. Alex Adams has 27. Justice Ross Simmons, I mean, not to beat the kid down, but I mean, he has not lived up to what I thought he would be with that size. Ryan Marshall's had a pretty good year. Not a lot of targets, but he's put up production when he does get the ball in his hands. Jacoby Banks, I honestly would like to get his numbers up some more from a receiving total. A lot of rack yards, a ton of rack yards. Would love to get him the ball a little more than what we do. He hasn't played the amount of snaps that Adams, Simmons, or Ross Simmons. And Jamari Hawkins have, but I mean it is what it is. Need to get a tight end that fits a little better than what Doyle does. He's just not quite as fast as I would like. If he was upper 70s to low 80s, he would be very, very solid. Chandler Martin's having a year, 17 TFLs, 8 sacks coming from that star position. We send him pretty regular. He goes a good bit. Gets after the quarterback a little bit. Let's have a pick this year. Flaker's done well. Got 4 sacks, 11 TFLs. It's only a tackle behind Chandler Martin. He's played pretty well. Mackey, being Mackey, 11 TFLs. 3 behind Chandler Martin. Marsh has played really well at safety. Tyron Taylor's been good here recently. Had 2 picks in the last game. 1 pick 6. Caleb Patterson, he's been solid. I don't think he's played a whole lot. I don't think he played a whole lot at Illinois. But he's been solid. I think he's going to make a jump next year that's going to be really, really good. Jerome Lamb's been decent. It's like a supporting cast member of the defensive line. He's not a standout guy. He's still young, though. Only a sophomore. So he's got time. Carmelo Overton, young guy. When he gets in, he makes plays. He does some good things. Vakari Swain, corner, kind of waiting his turn. Kind of the same thing as Overton, kind of waiting his turn. Thomason's been really good on kickoff. That's pretty much where all his tackles have came. I don't think he's played any on defense really. William Whitlow had a big year last year. I figured he would be a little better than what he is. Now, he doesn't play a ton, but he's on the field enough to make a bigger impact than what he is. 3.5 sacks isn't bad. It's about what he was last year at this point. Maybe a couple more, but I figured his production would go up a little bit. So he's been a little underwhelming, but he may find it here late or in the second half of the year. Elijah Herring is a guy that he's had some pretty good sack numbers. He's been hurt. He would probably be our sack leader if he was not hurt, but he's been pretty decent. Sanks, I would like for him to get his hands on the football at some point. Still young, freshman. He's one of the younger players, one of our younger players, but he's also one of our better players. He might be the youngest starter on the defense as a redshirt freshman, but he stepped up into a role. He's played well. There's some freshman mistakes at times, but for the most part, he's played pretty well. Kick return, we've done well. Pretty even. I think if you give Farrell 5 more returns, maybe he does similar things to Jacoby. I mean, he's pretty similar from a skill set standpoint as a returner. Jacoby Banks on punt return. We don't really pick up a lot of blocks, which is understandable to an extent. But he can end up popping a couple returns. You may see him late in the year on the board for best returner. But yeah, so who else threw a touchdown? It's not going to pop up Sutton Smith's touchdown, I guess, since he's a running back. What was I going to look at? What was I going to look at on here? I can't remember. I do want to look at injury report. Think Herring comes back next week. Yep. So he'll be back next week, coming off that torn labrum, which is very painful. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it there. Got a lot of information to y'all. So if you're starting a dynasty and you want to move into, and you want to have success, you gotta have a method to why you're running what you're running scheme wise. Then you gotta recruit to it. You can't just go after 6-foot defensive linemen don't benefit us. They don't. 6-foot edge guys don't benefit us, regardless if they're 5 stars, 3 stars. It don't matter. They don't benefit us because we need guys that can rush, get their hands in the air, got good reach. What I mean by reach is they get a yard away from the quarterback, they can pull him down because they're long, they're tall, they can reach him. It's literally what I mean by reach. But in the 6-foot guy, he's not going to have that. Now, is that guy, if he's a pretty good athlete, then you can use him in some different ways and play him maybe at an edge, potentially. You can have an edge guy be a little smaller than normal. Now I'm talking about defensive ends when I say this. He can be a guy that's a little smaller than normal, but most of the time he's only going to be able to play on third down because he's going to get rolled. Because you're not going to have a 6'2", 280 defensive end. It's going to be a defensive tackle. But in the run game, he's going to get rolled. because he doesn't have the reach. He's not able to press the offensive lineman off of him, that kind of stuff, before getting off the block. Now, sometimes they can beat you with speed, but speed only works until you run into a big offensive lineman that knows what he's doing. He can move his feet, and he just cakes him. And then you're sitting there going, well, he was a 5-star. Well, it don't matter because he doesn't have the measurements and everything to go with the star rating. High school highlights don't matter whenever you get to the college level. I mean, all this stuff is true in real life, but I mean, you try to make it as realistic as possible. So that's kind of why we do what we do. But obviously it's a video game, so some stuff works that would never work in real life. But yeah, so I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all be easy. We'll catch y'all later. Deuces.